Hi, I'm Coach Mark. Welcome to the Make a Mess, Make It Matter mini mastermind. I created this course because I'm on a mission. And that mission is to give you the creative tools and the understanding of the science behind how they work so that you can use these tools to get through any problem. That's really it. A lot of people think I'm a creative and just want to make more artists in the world. And that's partially true. But the creative tools that I've learned over can I say decades? I think I can say decades now, long career in the arts. And as a coach, I've learned that the creative processes I used to teach to artists apply, and I've been applying to my life all this time. And I want you to have them too. I want to tell you a quick story about how important these creative tools can be. A few years ago, I was at a particularly low point. I just created and then had to leave a dream job. It was not my finest hour. I was depressed and I didn't know what to do. So I started going back and I started making art again. My wife, who is a very smart person, encouraged me to take a minute and to really just sort of think about what it is that I wanted to do. The work that I'm doing now came from that moment of pause, and it came from the creativity that I had to use. The tools that you are going to learn came from that creativity to create exercises for myself to discover what it was I really wanted to be doing. For me, in that moment, it looked almost nothing like what I'd been doing before, but it was built of pieces of that. This is the foundation of the Make a Mess model that you're going to learn in this course. So after that very difficult time, and some time to go through and create new tools for myself and create new opportunities for myself, I transitioned to a career that I think is the most creative work I've ever done. And that feels amazing, and I want you to have that feeling too. So let me tell you a little bit about what you're going to get in the course, just so you can have a big picture and understand how this is going to go. First, the course is broken up into 5 days. The first day, we're going to talk about theories of change. You're going to understand all the different ways that you can affect change in your life. For me, this was a game changer because I can get very specific when I have specific problems. The second day is going to be about the formula for change. If you're having trouble and you're wondering why you're not activating on change, you can look at this formula and figure out which ingredients are missing. On the third day, we really get into the Make a Mess model. This is a creative process. It's the creative process, and I've put my own name on it, but it's something that creatives have been doing for eons. On that first day, we're going to get right into some of the exercises and create a small change in your life using the model. On the fourth day, we're going to get into some deeper identity work using both the theory of change and the Make a Mess model. So you're going to start to see how these things interact. On the final day, we're going to do a lot of work around accountability and how you're going to take this and use this going forward. I don't want you to take this course and then go home and never look at it again. I've done that. I've downloaded courses, I've never read them, or I got partway through. I want this to be something that you use, if not every day. Well, actually, I use it every day, so why can't you? It can have a huge impact in your life once you understand how these things work and can identify them when they're happening. For this course, we've included a bonus day. This is an integration day. There is a lot of information in here. So the integration day gives you some more tools that you can use so that it's not so overwhelming. Speaking of overwhelm, there is a lot of material. So I want to tell you very quickly the ways that you can use this course so that it's much more manageable. First of all, it's a 6-day course. You don't have to do it in 6 days. If you want to take a month, that's up to you. I do encourage you to pick a day, pick a time, even if it's 1 day a week, that you stay consistent with so that you do get through the material. You don't have to do it quickly, you just have to do it consistently. The second thing to note is that there is a workbook with further exploration for each of the days, and each of the days you can download the individual worksheet, which is just that chapter of the workbook. So whatever works for you. You don't have to read the whole workbook. What I encourage you to do is just take a look at the workbook for that day and see what's in there. You don't have to do all the exercises, you don't have to get deep on the work, but just skim it and see what's there. Because there's also the written content in the lessons. You can start to see why this is a little bit overwhelming. So the way that I would approach it, if I were to do it, say, on a weekly basis or even a daily basis, I would watch the video for that day, and I would just start there. The next thing I would do is I would read the video and the written content. Each will have a single exercise that shouldn't take very long that you can do to really lock in the lesson. Honestly, if that's all you did for each of the days, that's enough. If you have more time, there are the worksheets and the larger workbook for each of the days. You can look at that and dig a little deeper if you'd like. There's also a number of other bonus documents which I didn't even advertise because we found so much more material that we've added since we actually promoted the course. So like I said, there's a lot there. But if you only watch the video and only do the written content in the lesson, that's enough. All along the way, there may be little cheat sheets, shorter videos, things that you can do if you don't have enough time and you just want to say you did something on the lesson. There's a way to do that in just a few minutes for each of the lessons. One caveat, I wouldn't do the days out of order. A lot of courses you can do things out of order, but each of the days in this course do build on the last. So don't beat yourself up if you're taking more than 5 days or even more than 5 weeks, but do stay in order. And if you can't do the whole lesson, find one small part to do, even if it's reading one of the single-page PDFs that are included in a lot of the lessons. So that's it. If you have any questions as you go through the course, feel free to reach out to me. You can find my contact information on the bottom of most of the PDFs, and you can reach out to me anytime. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you've decided to take this course and to invest in yourself. I'm excited for you to have these tools so that you can free yourself from whatever is holding you back and have the tools to get through any problem. I'll see you on day 1.